Hi, I'm Steven Howell, and we're bringing music back to the people with Random Acts of Music.
Well, it was raining, and it was Christmas Eve. Mary in the manger outside the Walmart cried. Did she imagine something different for her boy than being pedaled on a sidewalk under lights? And there was Joseph, his hands were folded, and his eyes smiled like a brand new daddy's will. And the wise men with the frankincense stood between the others and a new gas grill. Here in America, living in America. And I found Buddha at a yard sale. I didn't want to haggle, so I paid $1. And he was smiling all the way home. And every now and then I rub his belly for good luck. 'Cause we need it in America, here in America. Well, I've been walking from silos to cities, and I've seen a lot, but I ain't seen it all. And I've got sisters with almond eyes, and brothers who don't look like me at all. And we're living in America, here in America. Yeah, we're living in America, here in America.
We're here with Steven Howell. How you doing, Steven?
Good, how are you?
It's good to see you. I like your tunes.
Thank you very much.
You're from Kent, Ohio. How's the music scene in Kent?
Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
You never play there, but
I play in Kent very rarely. There's only one place in Kent that I actually play. It's the Riverside Wines down there.
Where do you play? Where can people find you?
I do a lot out in Ashtabula, Lake County, some of the wineries and things like that.
Tell me about the guitars you brought with you, because you brought a Washburn and a
Taylor.
Thank you. Because I cannot say that word. Why the two different guitars? I mean,
well, several years ago I started playing with the open tuning, and so rather than try to retune when I was in the
it's
middle
much
of the
faster
gig,
just to swap guitars.
So when I got the Taylor probably 5 years ago, I just turned the Washburn into my open tune guitar. So.
And what tuning are you using?
I believe it's open C.
Open C?
Yeah.
You ever play in double drop D or anything like that? I just like the fatness.
Yeah.
It's a big meaty
I remember playing
tuning.
with that drop D with when I was learning what's the Stephen Stills Treetop Flyer.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've ever done this, but when I first, before open tuning, I played for cover stuff for like 25 years. So I'd learn tunes and never do an alternate tuning. I didn't even know they had them. Yeah. So I'm doing all these really insane, I could figure them out, but they were just like, this is nuts. You know, and then all of a sudden, like 6 months ago, I said, oh, double drop D.
Yeah, it makes it so
You'd love the one
easier.
you're with just a drop D, and it sounds great. It's big and fat, so anyway.
Absolutely.
So what do you like better, the Taylor or the Washburn? Or?
I love the Taylor. The Taylor's
Beautiful
a beautiful guitar. Yeah.
And what made you decide on the Taylor?
I think I was shopping for guitars, and everybody I knew played Martins. And I really like Martins a lot, and they're great guitars. And checked out some Laraves. I like those a lot. And then that one was up at Woodsy's, actually, and it was a bit unique because it has a koa. It's got a 3-piece koa back and koa sides. And it's a K14, so it's a little bit smaller body, which I like because I do more finger picking and can kind of keep it close. And I just went up there and played it, and oddly enough, I walked away from it, and a week later I made up my mind and called, and they said, sorry, it's not here anymore.
Oh!
I said, you're kidding. And they said, well...
we are a music store.
So-and-so borrowed it. I said, what do you mean borrowed it? And so they said, I'm sure it'll be back. So it was back in a few days.
Oh, okay.
And I snatched it up. So.
Because I know the feeling. Once it's the right guitar, it's like, okay, I don't want to have to go through this again.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's sort of like when you go out to dinner and it takes you 20 minutes to figure out what you're going to have, and they say we're out of that.
Exactly.
I can absolutely not think of what I want after that. I made a mistake and thought the first tune you played was, we said, because we had you do a Christmas song for like a future show.
Right.
And I thought the first song was a Christmas song. Why am I wrong?
Well, that first song was more, and actually, as I started playing that first song, when I got to the Mary in the Manger, I thought they're going to think
that
this
Henry,
is the Christmas song.
He's going to get it wrong.
But
what is the theme of the song?
The theme of the song is I've always been, ever since I was really a preteen, just fascinated by religions, and I've studied many of them, most of them, and saving the long story, but the song came about as just kind of a commentary on the commerciality of religion, and that's how that came about. The reference to I really love the idea of Mary in the manger outside the Walmart next to the gas grill, and not and not making fun of it, just seeing that image, and actually I just came back from Israel last week, and so that image is.
Did they have a Walmart there with
no Walmarts?
Oh, okay.
No Walmarts. But lots of Marys. Yeah.
So we know religion was one influence. What are the other song influences for you when you're creating? I mean, what are you looking for?
Mostly personal things, you know. The second song that I did a lot like that was written for my wife, Kirsten, after a lengthy illness that she had recovered from, and it was just kind of it doesn't say anything about that specifically, but it's about finding someone, because it was kind of like this refinding. So.
And describe your style. How do you define yourself?
I guess I would call myself folk, contemporary folk. Really influenced by. I get a lot of you sound a lot like James Taylor. That type of thing, and that's what I grew up with.
Do you like that, or does that bother you that you sound because you want to sound like yourself?
No, I don't mind that at all.
I wouldn't. I love it.
I think it's a great.
But I hate when I write a song, and they say that sounds exactly like such and such, and it just takes the fire right out of it.
A funny story about the James Taylor thing. I was playing a Gamekeeper's Tavern in Chagrin Falls one Sunday afternoon, and I had done a lot of James Taylor stuff, and a guy had come up to me and said, "You do a lot of James Taylor?" And I said, "Yeah, he's a big influence of mine. I like him a lot." He says, "Well, you do a nice job." He said, "Didn't he have a brother?" And I said, "Yeah, he still does, actually."
Yeah.
And he said, what is his name? And I said, "Livingston." And he goes, "That's right." He said, "Anyway, great job." And he shook my hand and he left. And then I took a break and I walked over to a table of friends, and they were sort of laughing, and they said, "What did that guy want from you?" And I said, "He wanted to know who James Taylor's brother was." And they started laughing, and they said, "That was James Taylor's brother."
Excellent.
So I think he was in town, because he does a lot of shows at Cane Park, I know.
Oh, that is crazy.
So, yeah.
That is crazy.
Interesting.
Well, I think I was in Dayton, Ohio, and I'm riding down the elevator, and I got, I'm on the road, I got all my junky luggage, in there, and I think it was like Pierre Cardin junky American Express luggage that I got. And like all these guys get in with me, and I could tell by their junky luggage it was a band. I said, "Well, who are you guys with?" They said, "Blood, Sweat, and Tears." So I know what you mean. It's like, "Oh, I heard of you guys. Yeah, you're playing there." Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you being on the show. Thanks so much, and you come back and see us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks.
My first baseball glove, it wasn't even my birthday. The sunset I saw on Montego Bay. The first time I rode my bike alone and didn't fall, or stared at the stars and felt so small. Well, it's a lot like that. It's trading my fear for faith in wings, and feeling I fit somewhere at last. Finding you is a lot like that. Love until it hurts, laugh until I cry, and every secret dream I've kept inside. It's holding hands, walking through a park, a little boy afraid of the dark. Well, it's a lot like that. It's trading my fear for faith in wings, and feeling I fit somewhere at last. Finding you is a lot like that. It's holding my breath just 1 second more. It's finding a place no one has found before. It's praying to God and knowing for sure. It's a lot like that. It's trading my fear for faith in wings, and feeling I fit somewhere at last. Finding you is a lot like that.